Alright, now it's time for us to get our black border over on the cabin for some hard chimps. We're going to be using Quincy as our hero. And we want to get Quincy down right on over here. So boom, to the right until red, down until red, right like so. And now we can begin. We're going to be doing a similar build to what we did on Impoppable. We're going to be saving up for that Boomerang monkey, who is not very good early game, but really good mid to late game. We could get dart monkeys or something else that I really just dislike to see in my build at any point, but sometimes they're necessary. The Boomerang monkey goes down onto Quincy, to the right, down, like so. Long range, get to see all this good stuff, all this good stuff, all this good stuff, and we're happy. We're going to upgrade this to 022 right after we get long range. I like to upgrade the middle tree first, as I feel like it just gets us a little faster through the early levels. Who knows, those balloons really are slow, and they're the main limiting factor. And now we get to save up for our bomb shooter. Bomb shooters are our late game option. They do a ton of damage, especially when an Alchemist is making it do even more damage and shoot faster. That's the one thing people sometimes don't realize about the Alchemist, is if it has acidic mixture dip, it gives stuff more popping power. We're going to put this bomb shooter down right here, and then to the right. Great. Then we need to put down our safety sniper here. We should have done that already. We're just placing stuff a little slow. And this should be on first, which isn't my favorite thing for snipers. It's just kind of how things go here. And we're going to save up for the monkey village next.
Bring them.
1295 is what we need. Go right on over here. Something weird going on. Hello, down to the right as much as you can. Down to the right. Great. Now extra range. Bigger bombs. Frag bombs are good. And we're going to save up for some jungle drums. Quincy is our only form of camo detection here. It's important we give Quincy a little more ability to deal with round 33 here. It also gives everything else more popping power too, which we like. We like popping power. Jungle drums are go. And now we're going to save up for the radar scanner, because we don't want to have to do everything over, right? And we can actually invest in the radar scanner here and still get the Moab press before round 40, which is all we really need. But we thank Quincy for dealing with round 33 for us. It's very, very appreciated. Thank you, Quincy. And that's just one of those things where, like, that's why Quincy is so powerful. That's a 500 monkey dollar tower, and it deals with that entire round for us. Things are a little sketchy here, but we have our safety tower for us. The sniper monkey is kind of the difference there between leaking that round or being able to go on to the next round. which is kind of crazy. We did have to do some creative stuff here to not use monkey subs on this level, that's for sure. Now we have Moab Press, feeling really good. Really, really good. Moab Press just crushes round 40 here for us. And we're gonna get some heavy bombs next. Heavy bombs is really good for just doing a lot of damage to really strong balloons in a cluster, as it adds that extra level of popping power there. Cluster bombs next. And we're going to save up for the recursive cluster. Doing as much popping as we can here, because now it's going to be a little bit slow. We're just saving up for the primary expertise. So at this point in the build, you could probably get up, get some water, get some caffeine if you partake in that. But at least there's a lot of money in these levels. Primary expertise though is really, really strong on this level because how long the level is. Our build is super refined, but you know, if it was a little less refined, we'd be getting more value from it, from just all the silly stuff leaking through, and this just getting rid of that for us. It's also great because it benefits from its own camo detection. That seems fair, right? But it is kind of fair because we paid a lot of money for this tower. $27K, that's not too bad, right? For a tier 5 as well, I think that's not so bad. You compare that to like this tier 5. Arguably unusable. I'm sure there's situations, but you know, that's more of the exception rather than the rule. Like, when am I ever going to need this tower in a difficult game mode? It also has an ability where if you lose a life, it does something, which in Chimps and Impoppable, where you would probably need a tower of this price, you can't use it. Doing some pretty good popping right there. $7K more to go here. If only our bomb shooter was doing even more damage. 25K, 15K, 4K. 1,000. This is pretty good, actually. 1,000 on this tower right here is pretty good.
Get ready to feast.
Once we get our 27K, we can start really just having a little bit of fun as well. Primary expertise. Now it's Alchemist time. We want this Alchemist to be all the way up here if we can. It is a little tricky, isn't it? It's hard to visually see what your problem is for placing that Alchemist. So if you need to like pause or go really slow there, it's fine. But there's nothing too pressing going on if you've already got your primary expertise down. As you saw, nothing really big was even coming there. So we took our time. We're going to set this to strong as well, even though it shouldn't matter. Alchemist on strong is kind of the best way to go about it. just curious, did we actually get another spot in here? Oh, we did. Look at that. My gosh, we have another spot for something fun there. That's kind of cool. But we want our ice tower to go over here. So we find a good spot like so. And we're gonna upgrade this. Placement wasn't quite as good as the impoppable video, which is okay. We're just gonna save up now for Icicle impale. But it'll be just fine as well because we're gonna give this the range booster from an Alchemist here later on. And we're gonna dedicate an entire Alchemist just to this ice tower here. We can go ahead and show that Alchemist placement too right here. See? Nothing else in range. Boom. It's really good. I think this actually helps the build go a little faster, even though it's minimally faster. The Icicle impale costs 32,000. It is our win condition here today. It's just so good. Does that Alchemist fit in here too? Oh, it does. Man, Alchemist is such a crazy tower. It just kind of blows my mind, like how small it is and all this stuff. And look what they did, the Super Monkey. Look how big this tower is. This tower doesn't fit anywhere. Just remember that any tower that is too much fun, Ninja Kiwi will eventually nerf. Or if your favorite YouTuber uses it, which I believe is what a lot of people said is the reason why the monkey sub got nerfed in a recent patch. And we're in those rounds where there's just not a whole lot of money going on. I always say that, you know, from round 60 to 80-ish, the money is just so slow. It's also kind of weird. I think some of the earlier rounds are more difficult than a lot of these rounds we're seeing right here. Like just clustered balloons and stuff. We know how to deal with that. Look at this right here. Boom. We need about, what, 12k more here, and we'll be happy. I said 12k hoping the money would go up faster, just for reference. It's still really slow. I think after I said that it slowed down even more. It's okay, almost around 80 here. This tower, for not being able to hit Moabs, is popping quite a bit. And once it starts hitting Moabs, it's even better. It's actually just insane that this is able to just chain lock CC all of the Moabs that come out of a bad. Here we go. We're about to press the win button. There it is. Now we can put an alchemist right in here as well. Guess we'd be happiest with that. Set that to strong. And then the only other really notable tower we're going to have in this build is our super glue tower, which I'm not going to place yet, but it's going to go right down here. I'm afraid this alchemist would throw onto it, and we don't want this alchemist to throw onto like an ugly glue gunner. The glue gunner, though, we should be able to get at around round 93-ish. It's a little different than Unpoppable, right? So it's close to like round 93 to 95. And it goes right like so. And we can see here we are within range of that other alchemist, right? See how that little indicator shows up? Means we could be slowing down our build here, but we do need to place this glue gunner eventually here. So we want to upgrade it all the way down here. Bigger globs and glue splatter for free. I'll take that action. Here our ice tower is slowing down the progression here, but it's okay. This tower single-handedly wins us the game. It can slow down our build just a little tiny bit, and we're fine with it. 15,000. I like when it spikes, really cool. Like you see, just sometimes it just shoots up like 10,000 at a time. Kind of crazy. Almost ready for our super glue, which is just really nice. We can't forget that super glue also gets more popping power. Goes from 0 to 200. And bigger stuff we can hit here. It's not super obvious, but we are hitting stuff even without the alchemist buffing us. And now it's really obvious that we're hitting stuff up there, right? And we could throw down another alchemist over here or something. You could also place it down here if your build is a little off. It doesn't matter too much. We're going to put strong like so.
More.
And now we've pretty much won the game. We're going to upgrade this over here, just to make things go a little faster. Nothing we do to this sniper monkey is going to impact the rest of the stuff over here, and we don't want to put a tower down that could take away from our really high value primary towers. And we can also put an alchemist over here as well. Why not? It's really quite nice. The attack speed. It doesn't use up the Berserker Brew with attacking too much, so it's really good. I would say it's really strong. This tower by no means is super cost effective. It's just kind of a money dump because our build over here is just so cost effective already. Like, we don't need to worry too much. Quincy's now level 20. Let's get ready to show you the Quincy ability usage. So as soon as something comes into Quincy's range, use the ability, use level 10. And because Quincy's level 20, he has all of his upgrades, which means this ability is going to come off cooldown as well, right when this big Moab comes down this way. And it's going to be critical for making sure we don't die here. Using Quincy's ability again. That pops, and the ice tower does the rest from there. We can also use Quincy's level 10 ability. And boom. Just kind of sits there, and now we have our black border on the cabin. Quite nice, isn't it?